So I know there's plenty of people who are thinking about coming to see a guy like me, but have been told that this chiropractic stuff is just crap, and that's unfortunate. Simply because I know fine well that it's not. But I was having a chat with my cleaning lady recently, and I really like her, and we were having a really cool chat, and I was talking some real philosophy with her, and she didn't really appreciate that I thought a little differently about health to her medical doctor. She sort of just saw me as a back pain guy, and we're talking some philosophy, and I was talking about consciousness and how the dominant stimulation of your brain is the movement of your spine, and I really see my role as keeping people's spines working as well as they can, and I was philosophizing about the effects that may well have on how you think, feel, and the mental narrative that you have in your brain. And she then was suggesting I should get into some other facet of healthcare, and she was kind of showing me by waving her arms around in this kind of spiritual dance that I put all those sorts of things in a big bucket I call woo. So she was thinking, oh, you're into woo, you should do woo. What I do ain't woo. So what I do as a Gonstead chiropractor, I find the parts of your spine that have been unable to adapt to your lifestyle, which is very, very different to what your genetics are for. So I try and make it easier for your genes with a G, your genetics, to allow you to sit in a chair for 10 hours a day. Now, it ain't ever going to be perfect because we're not supposed to do that. But my role really is to allow your body, particularly your spine, and therefore your central nervous system, to accommodate as best to our modern lifestyle as possible. Now, most people don't come and see me for that reason. Most people come and see me because they got something going on. So the results we have are often very tangible. So this isn't some spiritual thing where you come in, I sort out your aura and you leave. It doesn't work like that. Although I'm sure there's people who perceive that, okay? But I'm certainly not a very woo fella. I actually used to be a Christian, but I'm a pretty staunch atheist. So I'm not a big spiritual fluffy kind of fella. I drive mechanical forces through stuck spines to show your brain that it can work better, and that's my job. So if that still sounds like crap to you, then jog on. But if you needed to hear a pretty normal guy say something pretty normal so you can come see me, then that's it. Have a lovely day.